Interesting time sitting here at the Belton Machine Shop, aka car wash, waiting on the new, hopefully even stronger, easy off oven cleaner for your barbecue grill. I'm just giving it a try today. I put a whole can on these two heads, and I'm gonna let it set for 30 minutes. Probably about 20 minutes. I don't want to take a chance on turning it gray or something weird. But I know it's hard to see, but I just doused it down in the areas that I wanted to try to get the burnt oil and carbon out of the ports, because I'm having a heck of a time trying to port these things because there's so much burnt oil and carbon down inside the ports that I can't, my burrs just instantly get slicked over with that burnt on residue. It's just a pain in my neck. So I decided to bring them up to the car wash, soak them down real good, let them set probably at least 20 minutes. Then I'll blow them out with some, pressure or high pressure water. Hopefully that'll get them clean enough to finish porting them. If not, I'll have to give them a second application, maybe later this afternoon when I get back home. Sitting here, it was funny, I was just sitting there waiting on this stuff to go do its job, and I thought, hey, dummy, you got a YouTube channel, why don't you make a video? Like, oh yeah, there you go. There's an idea. But this is how I wash these heads, guys. I know a lot of people try to give me a hard time about it, but I've never had an issue, not one, that I had a concern with using the oven cleaner to get to all the dirt and carbon and stuff like that. I will mention they have a heavy duty engine degreaser at Harbor Freight. If you could get a vessel big enough to soak cylinder heads in, completely submerge them, that stuff would work really good with getting off the carbon and the burnt oil and all that, because it'll, I've soaked nuts, bolts, lifter, rocker trays, all kinds of parts, rocker arms in that heavy duty degreaser at Harbor Freight, and it would absolutely do a great job if you could make a large container solution of that and submerge oil pan, cylinder heads, whatever you want, intake, because I've got an intake at home I'd really like to get all that burnt oil and junk out of as well. I am driving the Blazer today. I basically got it running decent, so I went ahead and put a fresh, changed the oil in it. I got the wideband O2 hooked up again, and it's working properly, which is a blessing. But I was just trying to get some drive data on it to kind of trim my timing so I don't have any knock retard, and then sneak up on adding a little bit of fuel, because normal driving so far it's showed me I'm a little bit lean at idle, and it thinks, the computering with HP tuners is telling me that I'm anywhere between 8 and 15% lean at normal, like highway cruise, because it was holding real close to 15.0 AFRs on the highway, light throttle, cruising 70, 75 miles an hour. I don't think that hurts anything, but the computer apparently thought that was too lean, so I don't know. I went in and added, I think, 7% from 2,000 RPMs up, and only added 1% between, 400 and 1,600, or whatever that lower part of the VE table is. I just wanted to do a small test down low, run drive data on the way home, and see what it tells me. But this is my little short video at the Belton Machine Shop, getting these heads cleaned up. Okay guys, I wanted you to get a look at how clean these things are after the treatment with the Easy Off oven cleaner. Now keep in mind, these heads both had that severely yellowing or browning of the aluminum under the valve covers, rockers, and springs. The ports, I didn't get to soak as good as I wanted to. They still have some of that black oily crud in there, but I'm gonna run it. I'm just gonna go with it because it's hard to set them. It's hard to get these to set flat to hold the oven cleaner inside the ports, because you can't. Here's a word of warning, guys. Don't set your cylinder heads deck side down on concrete, because the concrete actually damages the sealing surface of the cylinder heads and puts little dents in them. So just, you know, I don't think I've ever mentioned that in a previous video. I apologize for not bringing that up sooner, but don't put your heads ceiling side or deck side down on concrete, because it puts dents in it. So, you know, you might want to be careful on your intake side as well. Any of your gasket surfaces can be damaged by sitting on the concrete. So I just wanted to add this into the video, showing how well the Easy Off oven cleaner does with cleaning up these aluminum cylinder heads. I will say that the heavy duty regular Easy Off oven cleaner, in my opinion, seemed to do better than the barbecue. So take that with a grain of salt, but I just wanted to show you the results. I'll go ahead and clean them again after I get done with all the porting, of course. But trust me, when you go to port your cylinder head, you do not want to have to mess with all that crap that builds up in these ports. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you'll like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell. You know, tell people about my channel, about building LS engines, porting the heads, whatever you want to do. Thanks again.